He rides in fast with a mic in hand, boots on the ground, he's taking a stand. Talking top ropes and a steel cage fight. Dr. Love's bringing passion every Saturday night. From Nashville bars to the squared up stage, he's calling out legends, flipping the page with a cowboy hat and a wild red heart. He's been loving wrestling from the very start. Yeah. He's Dr. Love, the American cowboy, taking down hate and bringing the joy. From pile drivers to a power bomb kiss, ain't nothing sweeter than a suplex bliss. Red, white, and boots of flame. Aaron loves wrestling, riding that fame. He's breaking the rules, but he's always true. This cowboy's heart bleeds red, white, and blue. Turn up the heat when the lights go low. He's calling matches like a rodeo show with a rebel soul and a wild man's grin. If you step to the mic, you ain't gonna win. He's got love for the stories and love for the fight. Late night talks under neon lights. He'll walk that line between rough and refined. Dr. Love's got a lariat and a mastermind. Yeah, he's Dr. Love, the American cowboy, running on passion, not just a ploy. With fire in his voice and truth in his eyes, he's calling it live where the legend lies. Red, white, and boots of flame. Aaron loves wrestling, riding that fame. From the buckle to the brawl, he stands so tall. Dr. Love's here to give it his all. Yeah. So raise your glass to the rebel host, to the cowboy doctor we all love most. From heartbreak heels to fan favorite cheers, he's been riding with wrestling for all these years. Dr. Love, the American cowboy. This ain't just a show, it's a power bomb blow. He rides in fast with a mic in hand, boots on the ground, he's taking a stand. Talking top ropes and a steel cage fight. Dr. Love's bringing passion every Saturday night. From Nashville bars to the squared up stage, he's calling out legends, flipping the page with a cowboy hat and a wild red heart. He's been loving wrestling from the very start. Yeah. Lights go down, the bell's about to ring. Aaron Ryan's in the booth talking about everything from WWE to you, classics and the rest. You know he's got the passion and he's bringing you the best. Aaron loves wrestling, feel that heat. Every finisher pop and heal.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Aaron Loves Wrestling Podcast here, and I am Dr. Love, the American Cowboy himself, A.A. Ron, and just a few things I want to discuss for a few minutes. One of the ones is AJ Lee. The reports went around all week of her returning to WWE and teaming up with CM Punk against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. And it finally came true last night. AJ Lee has now returned to the WWE, and it will be AJ Lee and CM Punk going up against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch at WrestlePalooza. I don't think it's official yet. I don't think it has been made official on WWE yet, but we all know it's going to happen. It'll probably be official Monday night on Raw or next Friday on SmackDown. So we got the return of AJ Lee last night, which is good. This is going to be an interesting storyline going into WrestlePalooza. Nice little short storyline for these four, and we'll see who is the best couple of WWE. Is it going to be CM Punk and AJ Lee or Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch? But this is going to be a good match at WrestlePalooza. It's going to be fun. So it's going to be I'm going to enjoy it. We also got in other news today that was announced by Tony Khan himself that Bryan Danielson will be full-time on commentary in the future for AEW beginning on AEW Dynamite. So we got Bryan Danielson returning to AEW full-time on the commentary team. I didn't like this. I really liked Bryan Danielson on commentary at Forbidden Door. He is a great commentator, or he's a great wrestler, and I think he's going to be a really great commentator. I really would like for him to come back and be a general manager for AEW, because I think that's what AEW needs, is a general manager on the show. I think it would be good to have somebody to have order on the show, and Bryan Danielson would be good for that, or Sting, whoever. So that we're going to that would be something for me that I would like Bryan Danielson as a role in AEW. But commentary is going to be great as well. I'm going to enjoy it. This Wednesday night on Dynamite, it's going to be fun to see him back on commentary. We got AEW Collision tonight. Pretty good stats card. We got Jon Moxley going up against Daniel Garcia. Konosuke Takeshita going up against Mark Briscoe. Damn boys. We also got the Dynamite Kid and Adam Priest going up against FTR. And we got a all-star 8-woman tag team match with Toni Storm and Harley Cameron, Chris Statlander, and Mina Shirakawa going up against Mega Bane, the Triangle of Madness, and Sky Blue, Julie Hart, and Tekla. That's going to be your Collision tonight. It's going to be a good one. I cannot wait for Collision and watch that. It's going to be a great show tonight, in my opinion. And now we're going to get into the real discussion here that I read today. We'll see how true this really is going forward after All Out, after September 20th. September 20th is AEW scheduled their All Out pay-per-view. Then we had about a month ago, WWE scheduled WrestlePalooza on the same night. The first ever main roster pay-per-views colliding on September 20th. Tony Khan made the move to reschedule AEW from that evening time to the afternoon time. It is now AEW All Out will now be at 2 Central, and WWE WrestlePalooza will now be at 7 Central on September 20th. I like that the move was made because now we can enjoy both shows. Bryan Alvarez reported that he got some word from those in WWE that they will continue to counter program AEW. They will continue to counter program their PLEs up against their pay-per-views. I don't like this move by WWE. A lot of people have been very vocal that competition's better. It brings out the best in everyone. As a wrestling fan, somebody who enjoys watching both, they don't counter program as of now. You got Dynamite on Wednesday. You got Raw on Monday, NXT on Tuesday, SmackDown on Friday, Collision on Saturday. So none of them collide at the moment. None of them counter program one another. And then for a while, none of the pay-per-view or PLEs counter programmed one another. But now all of a sudden, WWE wants to go after AEW. People keep saying, well, WWE don't like that AEW is around. They don't like a counter, an alternative wrestling company that people can go and watch and enjoy if they don't like what they see on WWE. Why not? Why not? Can we have the best of both worlds? If I'm not liking what I'm watching on WWE, I can go watch on AEW. If I'm not liking what I'm watching on AEW, I can go watch WWE. As a wrestling fan, I'm going to choose both of them to watch and have fun with. I'm not going to be one-sided. But I really do not like this counter programming by WWE. If AEW did it, I'd be calling out AEW just as much as I would WWE because I don't like it. I don't want it. I want to be able to watch and enjoy both shows and have fun watching both shows. A lot of people say I don't criticize AEW. I'm always saying it's great and everything like that. I say AEW and WWE are both great to me. Do I have criticism? Yes. AEW, the trios division could be better in my opinion. They need some more trios teams to elevate the trios division. The women's tag team division, having women tag team titles, it would benefit the women's division. I would enjoy AEW women tag team titles. And it looks like we might be getting that with everyone leading up, everyone teaming up right now, leading up to maybe All Out, maybe the pay-per-view after. Also, there can be some more stories that involved with the women's wrestling. Some more stories developed for the women's division. I didn't agree with Tony Khan calling out WWE years ago, nor did I agree with Tony Khan not handling the situation with the Elite and CM Punk that we had a few years ago. He should have handled it way better than he did, put it into it. Hey, y'all co-workers, get over it, work together, put it into it, suspend both. When Andrade and Sammy Guevara had their little dispute backstage, I wasn't a fan how he handled that. Sammy Guevara got to wrestle that night. Andrade didn't. Andrade was supposedly sent home. There's many things that Tony Khan does that I can criticize, and I have criticized, and I have called out because AEW isn't perfect. Neither is WWE. My issues with WWE is I don't like the counter programming that's going on right now. I don't like the ticket prices going up. I don't like that we have to pay so much money to watch WWE, all these streaming apps, all the ESPN, Peacock, and Netflix, everything. Why can't it be all in one place? Why I got to pay 5-6 different subscriptions just to watch a WWE show? That's one thing I like about AEW. It's all in one spot on HBO Max. I can pay about $15 a month to watch Dynamite and Collision, and then also now I can pay $40 for the pay-per-view. Round it up, about $55-$60. WWE, on the other hand, it's around $150, about $100 difference. I don't like how WWE treats their tag team division. Their tag team division, there's one, SmackDown's loaded with tag teams. Raw isn't, and NXT, man, they hardly have anybody. Supposedly the Street Profits are going to be split up now. Why can't we just keep tag teams in wrestling? Why do we got to split up everybody to make single superstars? I don't like the fact that WWE doesn't bleed anymore. They don't show color. Why can't we have some blood in WWE? AEW, on the other hand, sometimes they can do a bit too much, but I like that they at least show me some blood in the certain matches that require it. It takes a death match, even Extreme Rules matches, and etc. There are times they can go a little too much with it. Someone just bleed for no reason, and it looks like they died down on it. But for a while there, they were doing a little too much. But I like that they do it because I can have some blood in my wrestling. Jim, what's up, Jim? Let's see. Jim says WWE will hurt themselves with this counter programming. Don't forget, college football and NFL will hurt WWE. Also, WWE and WCW never counter program their pay per views. Enjoy both or don't. Watch one or another. Just enjoy a great time in pro wrestling. Exactly, Jim. Thank you for that. Follow, subscribe. I'll follow back. I appreciate that. I agree. Let's bring that back up here. Yeah, that's right. College football and NFL around. WWE's counter programming AEW. You want to bring a lot of eyes to the wrestling world? How about you pair up with AEW, do a pay-per-view, AEW and WWE have a pay-per-view. That'll draw a lot of attention to the wrestling world. Why can't we have that? Why they got to try to squash the competition? Why can't they work with the competition? WWF and WCW never counter-programmed their pay-per-views back in the day. Steve, yeah, I've been getting that a lot. I'm the JBL of podcasting. How you doing, Steve? But yeah, you had Nitro and Raw that did, and Eric Bischoff put Nitro up against Raw. You had that, but they never counter-programmed their pay-per-views. Their pay-per-views once was every other Sunday that they had. College football and NFL don't compete with one another. Maybe time to time here and there, very rarely on a weekend or a holiday, but they don't. You don't see NFL trying to counter program the UFL when they have their season. Listening from Birmingham, England. Hello. How are you? Appreciate it. Appreciate the subscription. Appreciate the like and the support. But yeah, the counter programming. There's us like me, and there's many people like me. They just want to enjoy both companies because I have favorite wrestlers in both companies. My top favorite in AEW is Hangman Adam Page. Top favorite in WWE is Roman Reigns. My all-time favorite wrestler is Shawn Michaels, Heartbreak Kid. Well, why can't we have the best of both worlds? Why can't WWE just play ball with AEW? Why they got to go against AEW? And I've heard it all the time on the socials every time I share something about it. People are talking about that I'm one-sided, that I'm all about AEW. No, I'm about WWE. I love WWE. I watch Raw. I watch SmackDown. I love NXT. I think NXT is better than Raw and SmackDown a lot of times. NXT, there's developmental brand. And a lot of stars coming up from there. A lot of people say that I've not defended WWE. I have. There's a few comments today that were made on my ex that talked about that somebody said that WWE doesn't develop new stars like AEW does. Yes, they do. Go look at NXT. Oba Femi's coming up. JC Jane, Fallon Henley. Javon Evans, Tank and Hank in the tag team division, Dark State, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes. I can go on and on and on of how many stars came out of NXT. WWE isn't the Fed, as a lot of people say, even though they used to be called the World Wrestling Federation. But WWE and Triple H and Shawn Michaels, I enjoyed the shows they put on. WWE, they're all about the moment. The moment. AEW, they're all about wrestling. They have moments in the wrestling matches. WWE has great stories, so does AEW. There's several great stories going on in AEW right now. There's several great stories going on in WWE right now. A lot of people saying, oh, Tony Khan, you're acting like he's being bullied and blah, blah, blah. No, I don't want to see this with the WWE. If Tony Khan were trying to do that with AEW, counter program WWE, I'll be calling him out just as much as I am now because I don't want counter programming. I don't want a quote unquote war. I want to be able to watch and enjoy both companies. I want to be able to love and support and appreciate both companies. I won't be able to watch a PLE from WWE, especially if Roman Reigns is on there. But if it counter programs AEW, I want to be able to watch AEW as well with Hangman Adam Page and all my other favorite wrestlers in AEW. Because I have favorite wrestlers in both. The counter programming to me is just ridiculous. It's not needed. Why is WWE even threatened by AEW right now? WWE has way more money. They're well more established. They've been established for 40 years. They're not going out of business. AEW is not putting WWE out of business, no matter what many people think. WWE is fine. There's no reason to be threatened by AEW. AEW is 6 years in. And Tony Khan is still learning and learning from his mistakes. He ain't perfect. Triple H ain't perfect. There's times Triple H does things that I disagree with as well. But he ain't perfect, and I'll defend Triple H and Shawn Michaels on their booking, even though something I disagree with. I'll defend Tony Khan as well. Tony Khan doesn't suck. AEW isn't lost. AEW isn't a failure. AEW has some great shows with Dynamite Collision. I read somewhere that someone said that AEW lost their identity. They have no identity. Yes, they do. It's all elite wrestling. They put on great wrestling matches. They got great stories. Just because they don't do things like WWE doesn't mean that they're not great in their own way. People want to compare AEW and WWE. There's no comparison. AEW does what AEW does. WWE does what WWE does. But yet AEW don't know what they're doing. Tony Khan doesn't know what he's doing. Tony Khan told a story with Hangman Adam Page all year long that lead up to All in Texas. Now he's telling the story with Hangman and MJF. Now he's telling the story with Christian and Cope teaming together at one more time. Tony Khan has stories. Mercedes Moné is a belt collector, collecting all these title belts. People complain about that. She's putting in the work. And many people complain when she was Sasha Banks in WWE that she why she isn't getting her title shot. Why isn't she the face of the division? Blah, blah, blah. Now that she is, now they're complaining that she is. Can't win for losing. Tony Khan ain't perfect. Triple H ain't perfect. Shawn Michaels ain't perfect. And they're all three booking wrestling this year. And I'm having great. And I'm having fun with all of them. I even enjoy TNA. I love TNA. I don't know who's booking over there. I think it's Tommy Dreamer, if I'm not mistaken. But Tony, if so, then TNA's been great too. People want to say TNA is better than AEW. I disagree. I mean, AEW is the number 2 wrestling promotion in the world, and they got great stories, and they're on their TV. They're on a TV network, and they gain a lot of fans. They have a lot of viewers. A lot of people talk about, oh, they have 400,000, 500,000 on cable television. Yes, nobody's counting the streaming numbers. Nobody's has a count because HBO hasn't released it. According to the Wrestling Observer, they have said that HBO gets around 400, 500,000 viewers on Max watching AEW. People laugh at that, saying, "Oh, they don't believe it. How come you can't believe it? How many people stream now compared to watch cable?" I mean, heck, the only way we can watch WWE Raw now is by streaming. Soon it'll be the same way for SmackDown. Cable television's on its way out. They'll just all go to streaming. We'll pay for, and then you got to pay for it with cable. And cable's super expensive. Everyone's going to streaming now. Sling TV and all these other streaming television companies. Max and Netflix. But now we got WWE Raw live every Monday night for Netflix. We got AEW Dynamite and Collision on HBO Max. We got the pay-per-views now getting added. College and football and NFL and WWE PLEs you can watch on ESPN. Everything's going to streaming. Nobody's counting those numbers. Who's to say if you can get those numbers? Certain streaming apps probably don't release them. But it doesn't mean that AEW doesn't get a solid rating of around 900,000 to 1 million, like many people don't believe. They always want to point out the cable numbers. That's all they want to point out is the cable numbers, the cable viewers. Maybe AEW does get around 800,000 to 1 million. I don't know because we don't know the real max numbers. We're just going off of reports. Who's to say what the real number is? But people want to point out and laugh and mock like they don't believe it. There's no way they're getting these numbers. How can they not get these numbers? You have many people who watch both of the companies, WWE and AEW. Then you got the hardcore fans for both sides. That could add up to around 900,000 to 1 million for both companies. WWE more because they're more. They've been around longer. People know what WWE more than they know AEW. And when you mention AEW, a lot of people are like, "What's that?" There's a lot of wrestlers in AEW, and a lot of people don't know. But if they watched it, they probably like them and be a fan. WWE gets more attention and more viewers because they're on the because they've been around longer. Many people know WWE. They know Triple H. They know Shawn Michaels. They know all these wrestlers that are in wrestling today. It just blows my mind when people talk negative about AEW so much. And they just can't watch it. They're like saying it's not the same. It's been the same company since they began. All Elite Wrestling. The storylines, the creativity. It's been the same. A lot of the reasons that a lot of people have left the company is because the big one is because of the whole CM Punk spill. When the Elite and CM Punk got in that little feud, a lot of people believe CM Punk's side. There's two sides to the story. Which one's the truth? We don't know. We weren't there. We have some people vouching for Punk, some people vouching for the Elite. Punk has his side, Tony Khan has his. Who's to say which one is the real deal? Everybody has their own truth to what happened, but there is the truth that happens, and who's to say who is really at fault in that situation? This those that hate on WWE, they're AEW fans. There's nothing wrong with WWE. I enjoy WWE just as much as I enjoy AEW. The only things I really point out with WWE really is what I just mentioned earlier. Raising the prices on everything. I am getting a little tired of the same old with WWE with Cody Rhodes as champ. Can we get someone else? Can we get Drew McIntyre? Can we get Aleister Black? Can we get Damian Priest? Can we get CM Punk even? I mean, shoot. Why did Cody Rhodes have to win the title and he goes away for over a month to do this movie? Why can't it have been on somebody else and for him to win it back at WrestlePalooza or Survivor Series? WWE made a big mistake releasing Karrion Kross. Killer Kross now. WWE has made a lot of mistakes. So has AEW. AEW shouldn't have let Ricky Starks and Ethan Page go. There are several things AEW has done and AEW has done. There are mistakes. There's several wrestlers they have released that they shouldn't have released. There's several mistakes that they have made regarding stories and wrestling matches. Several mistakes they have made regarding the titles and who it goes on and all that. Nobody's hot forever. WWE's not hot forever. AEW's not hot forever. They get hot, the fire dims down, they get hot again, back and forth. It keeps happening. WWE and AEW put on great shows. I just don't want to see this counter programming with WWE against AEW and vice versa. I don't want to see AEW do it to WWE. I don't want to see WWE do it to AEW. I hope this is the last weekend they try to that WWE tries to program against AEW. I really do. I really hope it doesn't happen again. But we'll see. If it happens again, we'll call it out again because I don't want to see it. I want to be able to enjoy both pay-per-views of WWE and AEW. I don't have to choose and watch one, then miss the other, and then have to go rewatch the other because I missed it, but it got spoiled because, everything on social media. I don't want to have to decide which one I got to watch. Because I love and enjoy both companies. Some people, they're just strictly AEW. Some people, they're just strictly WWE. There's some, like myself, that watch and enjoy both, but when you have to pick and choose, it gets hard. I was going to watch AEW All Out anyway because I'm excited for Christian Cage and Cope getting back together, going up against FTR, Heyman, Adam Page. But WrestlePalooza's got a good solid card as well. We got AJ Lee and CM Punk going up against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Word has it that we'll see Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes go at it for the WWE Championship. Stephanie Valkyrie versus Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. We'll see what other matches are added. I just want to see both companies and enjoy them both. People want to talk about storytelling and long-term booking and this and that. If you look at it, really, neither company is really doing it. Not mostly. They are in some ways. We got Hangman and MJF and AEW. You got CM Punk and Seth Rollins going WWE. But in other areas, it's, they just throw stuff together to put on the card. But yet, AEW is the one that does all the wrong. It's like WWE does do no wrong with some people. AEW, there's times where the show was good but not great. There's times when the show was great. Same thing with WWE. Sometimes it was good but not great. Sometimes it was great. Or wasn't that good, but it was okay. Or it was kind of bad. But I'm not going to trash the company. I'm not going to say the company's garbage or anything. No. I'm going to enjoy the company and keep going and come back next week, watch it again. Both companies have their faults and their errors. So I just hope WWE doesn't continue counter-programming AEW. I hope AEW doesn't try to do it back to WWE. I just want to be able to enjoy both companies. And I would really like for the both to get along and try to do a pay-per-view with one another. That would sell millions and get so many viewers on television. If they can do a pay-per-view in a big arena, huge arena, I guarantee you they could probably make that the most sold-out wrestling show in the history of professional wrestling. Probably up to 200,000. Getting AEW and WWE fans alike. And those who just enjoy both companies. But just imagine that. Imagine the ticket sales. Imagine the viewerships and the ratings and everything of that if it ever happened. To have some dream matches with WWE versus AEW. Wouldn't it have been great if WWF and WCW would have done it back in the Monday Night Wars instead of competing. Imagine if we ever got a DX and NWO match in their prime, Sting versus Undertaker in their prime. Imagine those matches. But no, it's the billionaires, it's the egos. My company is better than yours. Or how about it's wrestling? How about we have fun with it? Instead of it being a competition, let's work together. Remember the territory days? Yeah, they all, yes, we're competing with one another, but then they were competing against one another, but then they were working with one another. You'd see title change hands on the other show, and then they would send the title back over. Another title would change hands on that show. They'd have little big events with both shows on the card, or a couple of shows, several of them on the card. Wrestlers from this show, this company, and that company, AWA, NWA, Mid-South. You had a lot of them working together back in the day. That was the agreement. But now it's just, no, AEW, no, WWE. But if they can just put their differences and egos aside and just work together for the common good and give us a great wrestling show, there's just so many matches that we could see on a pay-per-view like card with both WWE and AEW on it. One of my big ones would be Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins. Will Ospreay versus Nathan Frazier. Bandito versus maybe Rey Mysterio. Or Bandito versus Dragon Lee. FTR going up against maybe the Judgment Day. Or I don't know. There's so many matches. War Raiders going up against Brody King and Buddy Matthews. I mean, there's so many matches we could get out of this if we had a WWE versus AEW pay-per-view like event. But it probably will never happen. So we'll have to accept it. But I'm a wrestling fan. I just hope they stop counter-programming one another. I just love it all. Tonight's AEW Collision. Again, don't miss it. Got a good card going tonight. Monday Night Raw. We'll see what happens on Raw now after the return of AJ Lee. Will she come out on Monday Night Raw? Or will it just be SmackDown? They come back on SmackDown? And then we'll see going into AEW All Out in WrestlePalooza. We'll see how this goes. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Next Saturday is my birthday. We also got Major League Wrestling going on next Saturday. It'll be in Dallas, Texas. We got some good wrestling coming up in September. September 17th, you got September to Remember by AEW on Wednesday Night Dynamite. That's going to be a good one. Leading up to All Out in WrestlePalooza, it's going to get good. It's going to get real good. And then we'll see what happens coming up on the next pay-per-view in PLE. Will they be on the same day, or will AEW see what WWE does and then they program on the next day or the next weekend or whatever? We'll see. Hopefully this report isn't true, but we'll find out in the future. We'll find out in the future. Again, it really would. But probably won't happen. It probably won't. We'll probably just get we'll just probably have AEW doing AEW and AEW doing WWE. They're both different. And they're both good in their own way. You gotta have this argument, debate on, oh, they're better, or no, they're better. They're both good. If you don't like AEW, I respect that. Continue watching WWE. There's no need to put down AEW. If you like AEW, continue watching AEW. If you don't like WWE, I respect that. I don't need to put down WWE. If you like what you like in AEW, why are you worried about what WWE's doing? If you like what you like WWE, why are you worried about AEW's doing? But you're a fan like me and you love professional wrestling and you don't care of which one you're watching, then you're going to worry about both of them, see who's doing what. Then you'll say, oh yeah, AEW won this one earlier, WWE won that one. I enjoy WWE more than I did AEW on that one. Just because you say that doesn't mean it's tribalism. Now, if you just strictly AEW or strictly WWE, then that's tribalism. But if you're a wrestling lover like me and you just watch both shows and you want to enjoy both shows and you say, oh, well, I like WWE more than AEW this week or on this pay-per-view or this or that, it doesn't mean you're tribal. It doesn't mean you're picking, you decided, oh, I'm going to be solely WWE or solely AEW. No, you just like that show or you like the week better for that company than you did the other one. There's times WWE is better than AEW that week. There's times where AEW is better than WWE in that week. And then the pay-per-views. to me, I enjoyed Forbidden Door more than I did Clash in Paris. We'll see how all that is. We'll see what All Out WrestlePalooza does. And then the next month, the pay-per-view after that. We'll see with Wrestle Dream and whatever PLE WWE's going to put on in October. I don't know what PLE was going to be. Bad Blood again, or is it going to be something else? I don't know. We'll see how Raw and SmackDown do. We'll see how this fire keeps going for WWE, because, again, if we don't have right now, they got the flame, they got hot because they got these returns of these legends. But how long will that last? Another report that went out there: John Cena's not having his final match in Boston. Washington paid more money, so he's going to have it over there. Okay, cool. Let's not give Cena what he wants and have his final match in Boston, in his hometown. We're just going to go where the money goes. That's another thing I hate about WWE. It's not all about money. You're about the moments. Well, there's a moment right there. John Cena retiring in his hometown of Boston. How about that? Instead of you going to go chase the money and go to where the money is, you're going to put it in Washington. It's ridiculous, man. I'm just saying, it's just ridiculous. TKO, man, they just, in my opinion, they started to ruin WWE for me a lot of times when they do this stuff. They try to counter-program AEW because they don't like that there's another wrestling company around, and then they change John Cena's final match from Boston to Washington. All those fans that were excited to see Cena in Boston, now they won't because it's going to Washington. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I see why Goldberg was frustrated and upset with his with how he went out in WWE. We'll see how it goes for John Cena. I don't know. But I appreciate everybody watching. Love y'all. Again, let me know what you think. Like the video, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think. Follow me on X. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Threads. And repost this video on X. I appreciate everybody coming in and listening. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And just remember, everyone, love professional wrestling. Have a blessed weekend.
Lights go down, the bell's about to ring. Aaron's in the booth talking about everything from WWE to you, classics and the rest. You know he's got the passion and he's bringing you the best. Aaron loves wrestling, feel that heat. Every finisher pop and